Everybody good?
Can you talk about the impact that Ramon Jefferson has made since he's come?
Yeah, I mean he's a good football player. He's added a lot of depth to an already good room. He's played a lot of snaps. He's had a lot of production. He's smart. He's got a lot of grit, and I think I said before, he's a very mature individual in the way he carries himself. And I think he's fit in well, and you need depth at that position. So he's provided it, and he's done a nice job at this point.
Are you seeing a number two emerge in that running back room behind Chris, or is that still a mixed bag?
You know, honestly, I think that they're all kind of the two. I mean, as crazy as that's going to sound, and that's not me trying to be diplomatic or anything. It's just I feel like they all kind of have a little different style to them, and they all can play a role. I mean, I think Ton's got really special skills out of the backfield, and I think that Smoke's a fast, dynamic type player, and I think that you got some thumpers back there that can run a little more like C-Rod. So it's a good mix.
Sounded like the defense did well in the scrimmage. What did you see when you went back and watched the film?
Yeah, I mean, it was good on both sides, I thought. I mean, it was, and I don't want to get into all of it, but yeah, we were down a few guys and we held out for various reasons, but I thought we were pretty productive. I think the two huddle scored touchdowns, I think, on every drive, and I think the one huddle had a really good long drive to end it. And then, we got down there and kind of stalled out a few times, and the defense got after us. And I'm excited because they got a couple D linemen that are really special, and they got a really good young one that's flashed a lot. So, yeah, it's been good give and take. I mean, I could say any given day there's been good on both sides, and they've gotten us and we've gotten them. And I think that's a sign of a good team, honestly.
Which is what Coach is right now.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Right now.
Yeah, it's been a good battle between him and Deuce for that second spot. I think that, again, like the offense and the defense, each day you could point to a guy who's probably outplayed the other. I think that they've done a nice job. They've gotten a lot of opportunity. There's been a lot of reps, the way we've done things, and that's provided them to show that they can play, and I think they've done that. But there's a long ways to go, and until you take that red jersey off and you play for real, you really never know. So, but I like where they're both at, and if we had to play them, I'd feel comfortable with both of them.
How's the offensive lineman looking, especially the tackle positions?
Yeah, it's been a challenge. I mean, they got some really good edge rushers over there, and some of those guys will challenge you every day. And when you go against the same guys every day, I mean, guys get a little tell on you, or they challenge you because they know your snap count or whatever, or they know your line calls, and it's the camp grind. So that's a tough challenge for those guys, and they have to work every day they're out here. But I've been really happy. Flax on the right side has had a really good camp, and I'm excited about the way he's playing.
Richard, are you getting any separation out of that tight end group? And then just in general, how's it going with involving those guys?
Tough to get separation, man. There's some good ones in there. I mean, they flash every day. I mean, there's some really dynamic players in there. And I know I've kind of said this, but I don't know if there's a room that I'm more excited about or more happy with the depth, the talent, and the types of players we have. I really think we had a gem and the freshman, Caddis, and I think that you combine him with some of those older guys that they've really, I think they caught 15 balls in that scrimmage between them all. So they were really productive, and they have been.
So camp's a lot of early on throwing everything against the wall and seeing what sticks. Have you begun the process of whittling things down yet?
We're almost there. I mean, part of that is, there's still guys working for competitive spots, so you want to continue to stay in camp mode. We've installed our entire offense, so now it's just honing in on what you're going to do in game plan weeks against teams and all that stuff. But right now we're still today was situational football. We had a great 4-minute drive at the end. We had a backed up drive yesterday. We did short yardage today, so we've had a lot of situational ball this last week. That's really what we're focused on, and just tightening up. We got some inexperienced players, and they need to be put in those stressful situations. And so they've done a good job.
The offensive line, a lot of guys cross-trained too, and kind of filling gaps.
We've had a lot of guys play up there.
So do you feel like you know where they're at their best at certain spots yet, or is it just
getting there? I do. I feel very good about where we're at center. Eli is an outstanding player, and that helps the solidity of the whole group. But I do feel like there's been some good guard play. I think we got a good young one, and it's been competitive in there. So there's a lot of competition. And then the tackle situation, it's there's 4 guys taking a lot of the reps. One of them I know for sure, and the other 3 we're going to find out. So it's good, healthy competition.
We talked on Media Day about the relationship with Will and how you go from teaching to ideally kind of a partnership. How is that process going on?
It's been awesome. I mean, I can't tell you enough. It's kind of cool because we've had so many pro scouts come through, and I know a lot of guys in the league and whatnot, and to talk to them, they all want to know about Will. And I will say this again, like I don't know that I've had more fun coaching than I've had the last couple months than I can remember being here. This environment, the players, the whole setup the coaches created. And I really, really, really am enjoying coaching Will. It's just he's just really gonna have a chance to do something pretty cool this year if we can, just keep trending the way we're trending. And I like where he's at. I like the collaboration, and I think we can put something together pretty special.
Can you go into detail on what that wide receiver room's been looking like the last few days?
Yeah, it's same thing. They're all a little different. In the scrimmage, I thought that it's been competitive. Dane's done a nice job out. He's playing at the X position, but Lou had, I think, 3 catches in the scrimmage, and they were all contested. Very good, tight coverage, and they were just competitive catches. And I thought that was very pleasing to see him grow up, play with some physicality. I think he's improved since spring dramatically. And then, I think all the way around, we got a couple of good slots, but we know we have a great one in T-Rob. And then, the whole group is just, they're bringing out the best in each other. It's competitive. They all want reps, and they all can't play, and that's always a good thing.
We haven't heard a whole lot of Harris in that group yet, but how has he come along and added to his game?
He's been great. I mean, he's played, he's productive, he's physical, he's awesome in the run game. Like, he does all the little things. He's probably he's the older guy in the room, so he's been a leader. And again, he's competing against some good players, but yet he's also being a good leader and showing stability. So it's our job to try and keep them all involved, but there's not enough balls to go to everyone all the time. And he's made some key plays in 3rd down, and he did in the scrimmage, I know. And I think that he'll do that all year, and we'll rely on that. So.
Has he kind of figured out that maybe that being awesome in the run game and the blocking physicality is his ticket to more time?
Well, I'll say this, and I've told these guys, and I will tell you, probably as proud as I am of anything that we've accomplished to this point, is the competitive nature and how hard the receivers have blocked in the run game. And one of the things that people know with this offense, and where my background and where I've come from, is you will not play a receiver in this offense if you do not block. And that's just the way it is. I mean, Julio Jones took as much pride as anyone at it, and he caught 100 balls in this offense. Like, that's what it takes. And I don't care if you're the best player, the 5th player, we're going to expect you to go in there and dig people out. And if you dig people out, you're going to get production in the pass game as a result. And it all goes hand in hand. And those guys have really embraced it. And honestly, I love the way they get under the skin of the DBs and they compete every day. And I've been very, very, very pleased with that.
Saturday's far away in camp terms, 5 days. But how do you want to see your group grow from one scrimmage to the next?
I would like to get closer to having the guys that are going to run in that first huddle play with Will, rather than rolling 20 dudes through, and it's kind of, we've let a lot of guys play, figure it out, like you said, what can they do, how do they fit together. But as we're starting to hone in on it, I would love to see it be a little more focused with the exact group that we're going to play with come the first Saturday, and that Will can have his rapport with and feel good about when we walk away from that scrimmage.
Rich, with that backup quarterback battle, do you have to have a guy picked there by the start of the season, or do you just kind of let that carry on until you beat it?
I think we got to let him compete every week. If in the heat of the moment, though, there'll always be a 2 that knows he's ready to go. But I also believe that if it was something that those guys had to play for a long duration, I think it's probably unsettled, and they'll have to. It will get figured out as we go. It's been close. They've both done great things. They've both done good things. They've both done things that need to improve. So it's been pretty even. I have liked what I see out of him. I do see futures for both those guys here in this program as being really good quarterbacks.
How much education have you had to give the guys teaching them fullbacks, and because they've never grown up with fullbacks in their lives?
Yeah, it was fun. We just did 4 minutes against the defense, and it was competitive. And we got a bunch of big guys out on the field grinding it out, and I think that we can do that. I mean, we recruited those styles of players. Coach wants a pro mentality, and I'm telling you, if you want to play in a pro system and get coached like a pro, this is where it's done. And I think it's pretty fun for these guys to embrace it. I mean, Barry Brown, I don't want to get ahead of myself. That guy will probably play on Sundays. And you know what? He's learning how it's done right now when he walks into, Green Bay or San Francisco or wherever. And that's pretty cool. And I think that he embraced that, and he understands the value of that, learning a route tree. And those guys have done a great job, and I'm fired up to coach them, and I like where we're headed.
Okay, folks, thank you very much. We got some